Hey everyone, Tim Howard from Coastal Preps here with the girls tennis preview. We'll look ahead to some of the best teams in the conference and some of the best players. We've got to start at the top with New Hanover, who has won four consecutive outright Mid-Eastern Conference titles, and the Wildcats are loaded again this year with four of their top six players back from last year, as well as an impact transfer in Elle Harmon, who came over from Cape Fear Academy. Actually won the state championship for the Hurricanes last year. It came down to her court, number four singles, and she was able to pick up that victory. So, big addition for New Hanover. Start at the top with Sophia Catino, the reigning Coastal Preps Player of the Year, who was a freshman last year. One of the best players, not only in this area, but in the entire state. Just all around game. Really, not the biggest player on the court, but terrific skills and seems to always hit the ball in the middle of the strings and knows how to move her opponent around. And she's a really good mover as well. So she's a sophomore that is poised for a big season for Coach Coleman's team. Hannah Davis is another sophomore who's a terrific player. Then we've got Lucy Dimick, Caroline Morrison are the other starters back for the Wildcats. So it would be a super surprise if anybody in the Mid-Eastern Conference touched them this year. I think they're that strong, and I think they could potentially make a deep run and challenge some of those Raleigh schools. The typical powerhouses in Raleigh. Cardinal Gibbons and teams like that always seem to be really strong and give them a run for their money in the playoffs. I know that's one thing that the Wildcats haven't achieved yet is that elusive team state title. So we'll see if they can make a deep run there. I think second place probably Hoggard has been second place behind New Hanover for the last couple of years. While the Vikings return all six starters. Coach Michael Bowen's team with a lot of talent, just probably not quite that enough talent to be able to handle New Hanover, but they should be the second best team in the conference with Elena Berg leading the way, senior at number one, four other seniors on that team for the Vikings, and then they added Catherine Hildreth, who's a freshman that should make an impact right away. Hoggard made the playoffs last year, lost in the first round up at Apex Friendship. I know they would love to get back to the playoffs and potentially win a playoff match this season. I think after that it gets a little more jumbled in the middle of the conference. Laney and Topsail both have a lot of players coming back and should have solid seasons. And then the Brunswick County schools will fight for that 3A playoff berth. I think South Brunswick probably has a slight edge there with three of their top six coming back. And then Kara Subek is a freshman who will likely play number one for the Cougars. So North Brunswick had a really good season last year, graduated their top two players, and so we'll see if they're able to get some more players in there and rebuild a little bit. But I would say South Brunswick is probably the favorite to win the 3A portion of the conference. And then Ashley with a new coach, still just trying to build some tradition over there. Haven't had too much success since that program began. And so just kind of looking for some stability in the coaching ranks and to see if they can develop just some sort of tradition and find a way to win some matches and get people excited about the program over there. In the private school division, we've got Coastal Christian and Cape Fear Academy both with teams. And both teams do a really good job. Got great coaches, Coach Eisenhower, Coach Giannopoulos over at Cape Fear Academy, Coach Devane at Coastal Christian. Do a terrific job with their programs. Like I said, Cape Fear Academy won the state title last year, the NCISAA 3A state title in thrilling fashion. It was a 5-4 win over Parrott Academy, who entered that match undefeated and as the number one seed. Cape Fear Academy was the 2 seed, so we're able to go up to Kinston and beat Parrott Academy 5-4 in that state championship match. 4 of the 6 starters back from that team, so look for the Hurricanes to be strong again this year and compete for another state title. Liza Wells, Taylor Garriott, 2 really strong players that'll kind of be up near the top of the lineup. Isabel Bellamy is a really cool story. She plays golf and tennis at Cape Fear Academy, both of those sports at the same exact time. So she kind of juggles her schedule to be able to go to golf matches one day and then be able to do some tennis matches. And then she, whichever day she has off, she makes sure to get to one of the practices. So I don't see that real often, especially in the public schools. Somebody doing two different sports. So pretty cool story. And so yeah, I think the Hurricanes prime for another deep playoff run. And it'll be up to how some of the younger players develop at the bottom of their order to see how far they go. But certainly will be in the discussion for a state title when the season's over. That's a look at girls tennis. I hope you enjoyed that preview. As always, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just search Coastal Preps and you'll be able to find me on any of those social media platforms. And encourage you to go to coastalpreps.com and join for a subscription, especially if you're a fan or a parent of one of the local tennis players. I know, like golf, like I said in the golf video, it's the sport that typically doesn't get a lot of coverage, but I love getting out to as many tennis matches as possible, especially the big ones, obviously, between Hoggard, New Hanover, Cape Fear Academy, since they're kind of the top teams in the area. I'll be at those matches when those teams play, and have plenty of pictures and some write-ups from those games. So hope you'll tune back in for the other previews that are going to be coming up. Cross-country, boys soccer, volleyball, and football. Those will be coming up over the next couple days, so hope you'll come back and check those out. For now, I'm Tim Hauer. Bye-bye.